Nexus One's still my primary phone.
I still consider it the best phone ever. And I've been using a Droid X because I wanted Verizon. But, and I like the bigger screen. But I have to say, once you get back to that vanilla Google experience, it really, all the carriers, Motorola, Blur, even HTC, which I think the Sense UI is pretty nice, it's still not as good as just that pure Google deliciousness.
Does the curve in the screen actually make any sort of difference to you? Can you feel that at all?
No. And, I don't know, is it in the screen or in the bezel? You could see a very slight curve. I mean, it is very, very slight. And it may be, the theory might be is to reduce reflections. I don't know. I can hardly notice it. But this is Gingerbread 2.3.
T-Mobile?
This is T-Mobile. T-Mobile's fine where I am. I don't know why I'm so set on having Verizon. But it just reminds you how good I think the pure Android experience is,
And what in Gingerbread is making you?
There's a couple of things about this. First of all, it's much snappier. I think it's the same processor as the other Galaxy S, but Gingerbread apparently uses more GPU acceleration, and you really do notice the difference. It is much, much snappier. It really feels like a faster phone and a more responsive phone. I love the Samsung OLED screens. They really do a nice job on that. There's some more subtle differences. For instance, let me start a new text message. The keyboard has changed slightly. I use swipe, and then in fact, it was going to be my pick today, Swift key, which I really like. But this has some Swift key-like features. If you start typing, it gives you suggestions here, which you can click, is the new keyboard. So I think they've done a nice job. I think the keyboard is very good. Subtle, but good. There's some interesting choices. For instance, they've put Manage Apps right on the main menu here. So then
that's useful.
After years of saying you don't need a task killer.
Right, they put it kind of front and center.
They put it in the main menu. And I have to say, one of the things, and I'm sure there's much more, I'm just, every time I use it, I discover more stuff. But one of the things I really like is the new battery display. Let me get the where is it? Where do they put that power? No, I've lost it.
It really does seem like the OS has come into its own in Gingerbread, though. Like visually and the way it all kind of hangs together. Like it doesn't feel like it's necessarily just cloning.
Oh, it's beautiful. It isn't. It really is its own thing. This is the we who have to survive with these phones for more than 5 or 6 hours a day spend a lot of time in this battery section. Look, they have a graph now. It says 4 hours 53 minutes on battery, and if I tap the graph, it shows me this is battery usage. It shows me phone signal. It's so GPS Google on, geeky. Wi-Fi. It's so geeky.
Nerds.
Awake, screen on. So these little bars are when the screen. So you can really see what's using it. I know. I guess most people wouldn't want that, but I like it.
No, it's nice for when mom says, "Why does my phone die after 2 hours?"
Well, this was a lot of it because you saw right here, display used 21%, but now you really can get granular on this and see a graph of battery usage. That is nerdy, isn't it? It's a very though. On the other hand, this is a very polished phone. Literally and figuratively. It's piano black. It just feels good in your hand. It's just a nice,
good hand feel. Yeah.
Is it plasticky?
Yes.
It is.
It's funny because Samsung, it's just like the Galaxy S. It's just like the Focus, which is the Windows phone. It's got a little hump here. All the phones now seem to have these little humps at the bottom for antenna, I guess. Good camera. By the way, first time I've had a really decent camera. An iPhone 5 almost as good camera on an Android device.
One or two cameras?
Front-facing, 2 cameras. No software, as far as, even Fring doesn't use that front camera yet, but it's there. Good video. Not 720p, by the way, 480p. And I asked Randall about that. I said, it's a phone, and people are complaining you can't shoot high-def video. Come on. And 480p is very good. The quality is very good. The camera is very good. It's surprisingly good.
Did they hand these out to other media people?
No, they did not hand it out at the media event, but I understand Googlers are going to get them, and it will be available at Best Buy on Thursday. Best Buy says 2 units only. They'll start selling it when the store is open at 8 a.m. online, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And What was the price?
Do they ship the unlock, or are they only on T-Mobile? This is for everybody.
There's apparently both. This is an unlocked, which is I'm thrilled. They want this one back, but I will buy it. Probably spend more money to get it unlocked.
It's $5.99 for unlocked, right?
Yeah, it's unsubsidized, so it's expensive. Really, way too much.
Does it have the AT&T frequencies too?
I don't think so. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I think I think once again, if you want the best Android experience, it's a Google phone. Oddly enough.
So if you had a Droid, would you upgrade the first Droid?
Yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, I'm not.
No doubt.
I'm going to use this instead of the Droid X. I'm going to buy one and put my T-Mobile SIM in it because it's just really nice. I wish I wish it had this in France. It's really nice, very speedy. I put, I can bog that Droid X down pretty good, and I guess that's gingerbread because I don't think the processor's that different. But a couple of negatives. One is there's no SD card slot, so but it does come with 16 gigs, which is I was able to put a decent amount of music on there. Seems to have. I think it has a gig of storage for the apps. That must be wrong, but it seems like there's tons of room for app storage. If I go to manage apps, I just got a ton of space.
That's good.
248 megs used, 724 free. Doesn't that sound like there's a meg of RAM in that? A meg of app space? In addition, that's the internal storage, in addition to the 16 gigs of SD card. That's a lot.
It's $529 without a plan, $199 with a 2-year.
Okay.
Best Buy.
Okay.
It certainly looks like those screens you're navigating between those screens very quickly. They seem snappy.
Very snappy.
Just watching you just tap around.
And I'm running a fairly, I always like these stupid live wallpapers. This is a live, like the clouds.
I like those too, and
widgets,
they are really stupid.
Widgets and wallpapers.
Yeah. I put this one on. This is how I test how snappy a phone is. This wallpaper just kills the Droid X. It's a fish tank, and the fish are swimming around in the background. I mean, there's a lot going on in this thing. Doesn't phase it. I mean, it's just as snappy. The other thing I found is having multiple screens, like 7 screens, really slows down the Droid X. Having this only has 5 screens in the Gingerbread. Having a lot of widgets seems to make a difference, in terms of performance. But nothing that I've done so far has bogged this thing down.
See, that's still my favorite thing about like Android phones in general is just the way that the front page and all that information is put up there. If I could have that plus all of the iPhone apps and the whole iPhone experience, that would be the perfect phone.
Well, we're
for
getting
me.
close, aren't we? I mean, Angry Birds is on there, Fruit Ninja is on there. A number of companies have announced they're going to do Android versions. The only one that seems to be a real holdout is Netflix, who says, "Well, we're worried about piracy."
Yeah, there's still the limit of, I think, didn't they just bump it up for Gingerbread? I think they went from 25 meg to 50 meg on how big an app can be.
Okay.
And a lot of the really hot iPhone
huge
apps, especially the games, are like, many hundreds
Infinity
of megs.
Blade is almost a gig. It's 700 megs.
Which is great. Like, that game is so good.
It's so awesome. I know.
So you play these games and you're like, that's a lot of it for me on the iPhone. And I love the iPhone. I love the 4 hardware and the experience and, whatever. It's all great. But I could probably move to Android. But I feel like with my iPhone, I have a games platform that's fairly credible and my tool. And then, if I go to Android, it's really just the tools. But yeah, they'll get there. It's just
Word with Friends. They've announced Words with Friends is going to be on here. That was a big missing gap.
Bought by Zynga now too, right?
Now with Zynga,
yeah, it's going to get even more insidious.
Yeah.
Can I ask all you geniuses 2 tip questions?
Yes. Wait a minute. Let me turn down my Fruit Ninja.
So
Fruit Ninja's a new one on me.
You haven't played Fruit Ninja? Oh, you're going to love Fruit Ninja. You slice fruit up as it, and it's it's multi-touch.
Nice.
Yeah, it's for people who like Chipotle.
Or fruit,
Or fruit. Oh.
And they said
would be,
technology
avocado
wouldn't
ninja.
solve the world's problems.
Oh, don't hit the bomb, though.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Jeff. What's your question?
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.